Okay. Now we're cooking. Okay. So let's switch roles. I'll start off the part and you talk.
Okay.
Meta تستيقظوا.
أستيقظ عند الفجر.
أين تصلي الفجر؟
أصلي الفجر في المسجد.
هل تنام بعد الصلاة؟
لا أنام بعد الصلاة. بعد الصلاة.
ماذا تفعل بعد الصلاة؟
اقرأ القرآن.
ومتى تذهب إلى المدرسة؟
اذهب الصلاة الصلاة الساعة السابعة.
هل تذهب بالسيارة؟
لا اذهب بالحافلة.
Good. Okay. I just want to point out in this dialogue, we have a number of verbs. I just want to show you what they are. Okay. So the first one is, every time I move my mouse. Okay. It says meta تستيقظوا. So تستيقظوا is a verb. Okay. In the next line, we have ustayqidu. Okay. Also a verb. It's the same verb, but it's conjugated differently for a different person. So we're going to be talking about conjugations today. Okay. So I just want to make you aware of what the verbs are. In the next line, we have to sully. To sully is you pray. Okay. And then we also have usully in the next line. Usully means I pray. Okay. So to sully and usully. Next we have tanamu. Tanamu, you sleep. And we have anamu. Anamu, I sleep. Okay, again, it's the same verb, nama, but it's conjugated for a different person. And all of these that we've seen so far are all present tense verbs. So when we conjugate a present tense verb, we add something to the beginning of the verb, okay, in this case, an aleph on anamu, and then we add something to the end of the verb, usually a dhamma. Okay, so and then you have your 3 root letters, and we'll see that a little bit later. Okay, then we have taf'alu, you do. Okay, so the if you want to say I do, you say ef'alu, ef'alu. Taf'alu, you do. Ef'alu, I do. Our next verb is tadhhabu. Tadhhabu, you go. And usually the verb tadhhab goes along with the preposition ila, to go to. Doesn't have to, but most of the time you'll see it that way. So it's a good idea when you have a verb with a preposition to kind of memorize those two together, because you'll usually see them that way. And sometimes you'll have some verbs that have different prepositions that go with them, and they have different meanings, okay? Or different meanings. Okay, so tadhhabu ila, you go to. And then we have adhab, I go. So adhab by itself is I go, but adhabu ila means I go to. So the reason we don't use it here is because here you're listing a time and not a place. Okay. Okay, and then in the next row, we have again tadhhabu and adhabu. Okay, so all of these are verbs, and we'll learn how to conjugate those a little bit later in the class. Okay, we'll go on to the next dialogue. Let me get a little smaller here so I can fit it all in one page. Okay, so you can be al-om wa al-jidda. So you're going to be the mother and the grandmother, and I'll be the father and the kids. Okay, so you're going to start. Tracy?
Oh, sorry, I had the هذا يوم العطلة
عطلتي. هذا يوم العمل. ماذا ستفعل يا تاها؟ سأكنس غرفة الجلوس.
وماذا ستفعل لينا؟ تفعلين يا فاطمة؟
سأكنس غرفة النوم.
وماذا ستفعل يا أحمد؟
سأغسل الملابس.
وماذا ستفعلين؟ ستفعلين يا لطيفة.
لطيفة. سأكوي الملابس.
Jeddah, this one.
Yeah, you're the Jeddah, the grandmother.
And
سأغسل.
سأغسل
الأطباق.
الأطباق.
وأنا سأقرأ القرآن. Okay, this time we're going to switch. I'll be the mother and the grandmother, and you'll be the father and all the kids.
Okay.
هذا يوم العطلة.
هذا يوم help me to make out what that is. Yeah. ماذا ستفعل يا تاها.
سأكنس. Oh, I'm sorry, you're the child.
Oh,
sorry.
سأكنس غرفة الجلوس.
وماذا ستفعلين يا فاطمة؟
سأكنس غرفة النوم.
وماذا ستفعل يا أحمد؟
Is this me? سأغسل help me to make out what that is.
Yeah, they kind of put the letters all together. There's a
Malabasa. Malabasa.
وماذا ستفعلين يا لطيفة؟ سأقري أكوي. It's a wow, not a rock. سأكوي.
أكوي الملابس.
أنا سأغسل الأطباق.
وأنا
سأقرأ.
سأقرأ القرآن.
Let's try that again from the beginning. But before we do that, let me go through the verbs here and point out what's going on. Okay, so our first verb in this section is in the third line. We have sa tefalu. Okay, so the present tense verb is tefalu, you do, okay? But we add seen with feta at the beginning of a present tense verb, and it makes it future tense. So what will you do? Taha. Okay, so we had seen with feta in front of a present tense verb to make it future tense. The next line, we have sa eknesu. Sa eknesu. Again, your present tense verb, in this case, it's conjugated for ana, I. We use the aleph in front. We have sa with feta to make it future tense. Eknesu. I will sweep. I will sweep. Okay, or vacuum. Next, we have sa tefalina. Sa tefalina. Here, the present tense verb is tefalina. It's you, but you feminine this time. Okay, so tefalu is you masculine, but tefalina is you feminine. We add seen with feta at the beginning to make it future tense. Sa tefalina. Okay, in the next line, we have sa eknesu. Sa eknesu, I will sweep. Okay, so we have seen with feta. We have aleph for I, and then your three root letters, kenesa. Okay, in the next line, we have sa tefalu. Here we're talking to Ahmed, so we're talking to a male, but directly to him. So it's second person. And we have the seen with feta at the beginning to make it future tense. And then we have that present tense verb again, tefalu. Okay, in our next line, we have sa aghsilu. Sa aghsilu. So the root letters here are ghasala, ghasala, ghasala to wash, sa to make it future tense. And the aleph at the beginning of the present tense verb, ghasala, makes it aghsilu. It means I will wash. So you get all of those words in just one word in Arabic. I will wash. Sa aghsilu. Okay. Our next one, sa tefalina. Again, we're talking to a female. Okay, and it's the verb fa'ala. Those are your root letters. The present tense verb is tefalu. But when we add seen with feta in front of it, it becomes sa tefalu or sa tefalina, and that makes it future tense. Okay, so anytime we add that seen with feta to the beginning of a present tense verb, it makes it future tense. Then we have sa akwi al-malabis. Again, akwi is the present tense verb, okay, and it means I iron, okay, sa akwi. And the seen makes it future tense. I will iron. Okay, and then we have sa aghsilu. I will wash. Ghasala is your root. Aghsilu is your present tense verb, but we add seen with feta to the beginning of it to make it future tense. And then our last verb here is sa'akra'u. Sa'akra'u, the root letters are kara'a. Kara'a means he read. We add the aleph in front and a dhamma at the end. Akra'u means I read or I am reading. But then we add the sin with fatha at the beginning of the word, and that makes it future tense. So I will read. Okay? Okay, let's try it again. I'm going to be the mother and the grandmother, and you'll be the kids and the grandfather. Okay.
Okay.
هذا يوم العطلة.
هذا يوم العمل. ماذا ستفعل يا زهري
يا تها. سأكنس غرفة الجلوس.
وماذا ستفعل. I'm gonna get it. Hold on.
Okay.
ستفعلين.
Good.
وفاطمة.
يا فاطمة. سأكنس غرفة النوم.
وماذا ستفعل يا أحمد.
سأغسل الملابس.
وماذا سوف hold on. Safatalina.
Oh, you're it's changing the letter pattern. Sa-tefalina.
Tefalina. I see it.
Okay.
Sa-tefalina. Ya Latifa. Yes.
Sa-akwi al-malabisa.
Anna sa-uksalu. Alatal. Tabik.
El-atfa. El-atfa. وأنا سأقرأ القرآن. Let's try that one again. Same part.
Okay.
هذا يوم العطلة.
هذا يوم العمل. ماذا ستفعل يا تها.
سأكنس غرفة الجلوس.
وماذا ستفعلين يا فاطمة.
سأكنس غرفة النوم.
وماذا ستفعل يا أحمد.
سأغسل الملابس.
وماذا ستفعلين يا لطيفة.
سأكوي الملابس.
أنا سأغسل I would have trouble with the word. El-atbaqa. El-atbaqa. And I'm not saying that.
Oh yeah, that was my part. Ana sa'aghsilu el-atbaqa.
Oh, okay. Wa ana hold on. Sa'ikra el-Qur'ana.
Very good. Ana sa'akra'u el-Qur'ana. Very good. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, you can be Ada and I will be Sophie.
Okay. Meta تستيقظ يوم العطلة.
Utlati.
أطلتي
تستيقظ مبكرا ومتى تستيقظ أنت؟
أستيقظ متجرا
متأخرا.
متأخرا.
ماذا تفعل في الصباح؟
أشاهد
أشاهد
أشاهد التلفاز التلفاز
التلفاز.
التلفاز. وماذا تفعل أنت؟
أقرأ صحيفة أو كتابا.
أين تصلي جم جم
الجمعة.
جمعة. Yes.
جمعة. not جامعة. جمعة.
جمعة.
أصلي الجمعة في المسجد الكبير.
وأين تصلي؟
وأين تصلي أنت؟
Oh, thank you. أصلي في المسجد الكبير كبير يس
أيضا.
يس أيضا.
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 Okay, I want to go through again the verbs before we try it again. Okay, so our first verb in the first line is تستيقظ. تستيقظ. Okay, and that is a present tense verb conjugated for enta, for you. Okay, but here you'll notice you have a bunch of other letters. Okay, and the reason why is because a regular verb in Arabic will have, in general, almost all verbs in Arabic. There are some exceptions, but most will have 3 root letters, as this does. But then you can take, we have different, what we call forms of the verb, and they can be between, the most common ones are between 1 and 10. So you can have up to 10 different forms, sometimes even up to 15, although those are really rare. But they use the exact same root pattern, okay? So the exact same root pattern, the 3 root letters, but they have different combinations of those letters. In this case, the actual verb itself is أستيقظ. أستيقظ. Okay, so you have an aleph, sin, and ta that you add to the beginning of the word, which actually makes it a form 10 verb, which is we're getting kind of ahead of ourselves. It's a little bit too much information on verbs today, but they give it to you. So I just want you to understand why there are so many letters in this one. It's because it's a different form. The other verbs, for the most part, that we've been seeing are actually form 1 verbs, the most basic form of the Arabic verb. You can actually take like an entire class on nothing but Arabic verbs. So they're a little complex, but anyway. Okay, so we have تستيقظ, and then in the next line, أستيقظ, conjugated for ana, okay? But again, both of these are present tense verbs. Then we have تستيقظ again and أستيقظ, okay? We'll wake up. You will wake up. You wake up and I wake up. Next, tafalu, we've seen that before, tafalu, to do, and it's conjugated for you. Okay, then we have a couple of new verbs here. We have ushahidu, ushahidu. Again, it's a different form. I believe it's a form 3 verb. And it will make more sense when you're using an Arabic dictionary. We'll get that later on, not today. Quite a ways in the future, actually, but okay, so the root letters here are sheen, ha, and dal, shahida, but we have an extra aleph in it, which changes the form. Okay, and then we have the aleph at the beginning, to make it I. So ushahidu, I watch. I watch. Okay, then we have tafalu. He does. Not he does, I'm sorry. You do. You do. Okay. And then we have akra'u. Akra'u. I read. I read. Okay. And the next line we have to sully. To sully. To sully, you pray. And then usully. Usully, I pray. Okay, and we have the same ones in the next line, to sully and usully. Okay, I just want you to be able to pick out what the verbs are, okay, because that's important. And you'll notice that in let's see, most of these are questions, so here it's not really an issue, but typically what happens with the verb in Arabic is that you'll see the verb first, and then if there's like an independent subject, the subject will come after the verb. But you can see it both ways. You could have the subject first and then the verb, or you could have the verb first and then the subject. The thing is about putting the verb first instead of the subject is that it makes it easier for you when you're conjugating. Just for future reference, if you put the verb first, you only have to conjugate it for huwa or hiya. But if you put the subject first and you have like a complex subject, like say you have a plural subject or you have a dual subject, then you have to completely conjugate the verb for that particular person. So it just simplifies your life a little bit if you put the verb first and then the subject. And in general, that's what most Arabs will do because it's easier. Okay? Okay, let's try this again. You'll be Adil and I'll be Faisal.
Okay. Meta تستيقظ يوم الأملة.
تستيقظ مبكرا. ومتى تستيقظ أنت؟
أستيقظ
متأخرا.
متأخرا.
ماذا تفعل في الصباح؟
أشاهد التلفاز. وماذا تفعل أنت؟
أقرأ صحيفة أو كتابا.
أين تصلي الجمعة؟
الجمعة.
جمعة.
Not جمعة. جمعة. جمعة.
جمعة.
أصلي الجمعة في المسجد الكبير. وأين تصلي أنت؟
أصلي في المسجد الكبير أيضا.
Good. Now let's switch. So I'll start. متى تستيقظ يوم الأسبوع؟
أستيقظ مبكرا. ومتى تستيقظ أنت؟
أستيقظ متأخرا.
ماذا تفعل في الصباح؟
أشاهد التلفاز. وماذا تفعل أنت؟
اقرأ. No.
أقرأ.
اقرأ صحاباتي. I'm not trying to say this word.
صحيفة. صحيفة.
Um, O,
O.
O, Kataba,
كتابا.
Kataban.
أين تصلي الجمعة؟
أصلي الجمعة في المسجد الكبير. وأين تصلي أنت؟
أصلي في المسجد الكبير أيضا. Okay, any questions about that one?
There's a couple things that's hard for me,
Okay.
but I will go over them.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so when it came to telling time, we did time on the half hour. How do you say 30 minutes or half hour? Do you remember? Tracy, do you remember how to say a half hour?
I was on mute.
A nisf, a nisf. What about a quarter? A quarter.
Ruba?
Good. And a third?
Thuluth?
A thuluth. Very good. Thuluth, exactly. Okay. Okay. Today we're going to learn, let's see. Okay, we're going to learn how to deal with times when it is like on the other side of the clock. Like we've learned how to say, like for instance, الساعة الواحدة والنصف. Okay, but now we're going to learn like what happens when you go from like 20 minutes to until the hour. And we're going to see how we deal with that.
So you mean instead of saying like 30 minutes after, you want 30 minutes before?
Right. Two.
Okay.
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 Let's see here. So I've got the full set. That's not the set I wanted. Go back here. It's the set. Let's try this one. Should be it. There we go. Okay. So if you're looking at a clock and you're looking from like 20 till or quarter till or 10 till, so you're on the opposite side of the clock. When we say the time, it's going to be a little bit different than what we've done. Okay, so if it's on the first side of the clock that we've learned so far, we'll always use wa. الساعة الثانية والربع would be 1:15. But here, we're on the other side of the clock. So what you're actually going to say is quarter till, and then the hour, quarter till. Okay, so you'll notice here we're talking about 1:45. 1:45. So just picture that in your mind. 1:45. Okay, so instead of saying الساعة الواحدة وخمسة وأربعون دقيقة, which you could say, but instead, typically what you'll say is, and we do this in English too, you'll say quarter till two. Quarter till two. So the way you say it is الساعة الثانية إلا ربعًا. Okay, so we don't use aruba like we did previously. We're going to use ruba'an with an aleph on the end and no aleph lam on aruba. But we have to go to the next hour up. The next hour up. So الساعة الثانية, okay, even though it's 1:45, we go to the next hour up, which is 2 o'clock. So الساعة الثانية إلا 2 ربعًا. So quarter till 2. Let's look again. If we want to say 2:45, we say الساعة الثالثة إلا ربعًا. So we're going to the next hour up, which is 3 o'clock, and we're using illa instead of wa, and ruba'an instead of aruba. 3:45, الساعة الرابعة إلا ربعًا. So we use 4, so quarter till 4. For 3:45, quarter till 4. الساعة الرابعة إلا ربعًا. If we want to say 4:45, we go to the next hour up. الساعة الخامسة إلا ربعًا. So remember, we're going to the next hour up. If it's 4:45, we use الساعة الخامسة. The next hour up. Then we use illa, and then we don't have an alif lam on ruba. We have ruba'an. We want to do 5:45. We do الساعة السادسة إلا ربعًا. So we use 6 o'clock instead of 5. Go to the next hour up. Use illa and then ruba'an. الساعة السادسة إلا ربعًا. 6:45, الساعة السابعة إلا ربعًا. The next hour up, then use illa and no alif lam on ruba'an. 7:45, الساعة الثامنة إلا ربعًا. The next hour up from 7 o'clock, we go to 8 o'clock. الساعة الثامنة إلا ربعًا. 8:45, الساعة التاسعة إلا ربعًا. الساعة التاسعة إلا ربعًا. So we go to the next hour up. 9:45, الساعة العاشرة إلا ربعًا. So it's 9:45, but we use 10 o'clock because we use the next hour up. Then we use illa and ruba'an. 10:45, we use الساعة الحادية عشرة إلا ربعًا. الساعة الحادية عشرة إلا ربعًا. And 11:45 is الساعة الثانية عشرة إلا ربعًا. الساعة الثانية عشرة إلا ربعًا. We go to the next hour up, use illa instead of wa, and use ruba'an. And finally, for 12:45, because we're kicking over to the next part of the day, we have as-sa'a al-wahida. Okay, so after 12, we go back to 1. As-sa'a al-wahida illa ruba'an. Okay, so that's what we do for quarter till. So we always use ruba'an for the quarter part. We go to the next hour up and we use illa instead of wa. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're doing it with thuluth. Okay, oh, and actually I typed these wrong. This one is wrong. Oh no, it's I just didn't leave a blank, a space. Okay. What did I do there? Okay, that's what I didn't do. Okay, so we have thuluthen, thuluthen, thuluthen. So instead of ethuluth, like we did previously, we're going to use thuluthen with no aleph lam on the front and an aleph at the end, thuluthen. So again, we're going to the next hour up. Okay, so 140, we use asa, athania. We're using illa, 2, thuluthen. So it's 20 minutes till 2, or a third till 2. Okay, asa, athania, illa, thuluthen. 240, asa, athalitha, illa, thuluthen. So we're using the next hour up. Okay, so it's 240 or 20 minutes to 3. Asa, athalitha, we're using 3. Illa, 2, thuluthen. 340 is asa, arabia, illa, thuluthen. Asa, arabia, illa, thuluthen. 440, asa, al-khamisa, next hour up. Khamisa, illa, thuluthen. So you're saying a third to 5, or 20 minutes to 5. 540 is asa, asadisa, illa, thuluthen. Asa, asadisa, illa, thuluthen. So 20 minutes to 6, or 540. If we want to say 640, we have to go to the next hour up. So we say asa, asabia, illa, thuluthen. Asa, asabia, illa, thuluthen. 740, asa, athamina, illa, thuluthen. Asa, athamina, illa, thuluthen. We go to the next hour up, which is atasia. So we have asa, atasia, illa, thuluthen. So it's 20 minutes to 9, or 840. For 940, we say asa, al-ashira, illa, thuluthen. Asa, al-ashira, illa, thuluthen. 20 minutes to 10. 1040, asa, al-hadi ashara, illa, thuluthen. Asa, al-hadi ashara, illa, thuluthen. 1140, asa, athani ashara, illa, thuluthen. Asa, athani ashara, illa, thuluthen. So it's 20 minutes to 12, or 1140. And for 1240, we say asa, al-wahida, illa, thuluthen, because we're going back over to the 1 again. Asa, al-wahida, illa, thuluthen, or 20 minutes to 1 for 1240. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, but this time, if it's 50 minutes, okay, so 150, how are we going to address that? Okay, here we have to use 10 minutes when we're saying it. We don't have a special term. We just use 10 minutes. Okay, so we have asa, athania, okay, because we're going to the next hour up. This is 150, but we need to say 10 minutes till 2. We say asa, athania, illa, asher, dakai. Illa, ashar daqa'iq. Remember, dakika is a feminine noun. Dakika is a feminine noun. The plural of dakika is daqa'iq. Daqa'iq. Okay? And there's a kind of a strange principle in Arabic where when you're dealing with the plurals, we haven't really done plurals yet, but when you deal with the plurals, between 3 and 10 is the only time you're going to use the plural word, daqa'iq, okay? Between 3 and 10, okay? And there's something called reverse agreement. So we use ashar, not ashara. Ashar, daqa'iq. Ashar, daqa'iq. We have reverse agreement, a masculine number with a feminine plural noun, okay? And it's just one of those finer points of grammar, okay, that most people don't even know. So, but anyway, so just for future reference, we'll get to that when we do plurals, but okay. So, الساعة الثانية إلى 10 دقائق, which is 10 minutes till 2. Okay, going up. If we want to say 2:50, we say 10 minutes to 3. الساعة الثالثة إلى 10 دقائق. الساعة الثالثة, we use the next hour up, إلى 10 دقائق. 10 minutes to 3. 3:50, الساعة الرابعة إلى 10 دقائق, or 10 minutes to 4. الساعة الرابعة إلى 10 دقائق. 4:50, الساعة الخامسة إلى 10 دقائق. الساعة الخامسة إلى 10 دقائق, or 10 minutes to 5. 10 minutes to 6, or 5:50, we say الساعة السادسة إلى 10 دقائق. الساعة السادسة إلى 10 دقائق. 6:50, الساعة السابعة إلى 10 دقائق. الساعة السابعة إلى 10 دقائق. 7:50, or 10 minutes to 8, we say الساعة الثامنة إلى 10 دقائق. الساعة الثامنة إلى 10 دقائق. 8:50, الساعة التاسعة إلى 10 دقائق. الساعة التاسعة, you go to the next hour up, use إلى 10 دقائق. 9:50, or 10 minutes to 10, الساعة العاشرة إلى 10 دقائق. الساعة العاشرة إلى 10 دقائق. 10:50, الساعة الحادية عشرة إلى 10 دقائق. الساعة الحادية عشرة, the next hour up, إلى 10 دقائق. 11:50, الساعة الثانية عشرة إلى 10 دقائق, or 10 minutes to 12. 11:50, الساعة الثانية عشرة إلى 10 دقائق. And finally, 12:50, الساعة الواحدة إلى 10 دقائق. We didn't get the 10 دقائق on there. So الساعة الواحدة إلى 10 دقائق. Okay, Tracy, does that make sense?
Yes, I'm
okay.
with
you. Okay. Well, make sure you're not falling asleep on me. Okay. Change it to flashcards. Okay, so now it's your turn.
Oh boy.
Okay. So remember, you're going to the next hour up, and then you're using the term not with the alif lam on, and we're using illa instead of wa.
Okay. الساعة um, ال هد هد هدينا
Hadia.
هدية
Hadia.
هدية عشرة
Good.
إلا
Mm-hmm.
ثلاثان.
Thulithan. Perfect. Exactly. Asal. Hadia Ashra. Illa Thulithan. Very good. Next one. 8:45.
Okay. الساعة التاسعة
Mm-hmm.
إلى ربع
Ruban. 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 Very good. Asa. Atasia, because you have to go to the next tower up. Illa Ruban. 4:40.
Okay. الساعة الخامسة إلى ثلثان.
Thulithan. Thulithan.
ثلثان.
Very good. Next. 10 minutes to 10 to 10:50. 10 minutes to 11.
Okay. الساعة الحادي I can't remember that word. هادية
Uh-huh.
عشرة إلى عشر دقيقة. دقائق.
Between 3 and 10, you're going to use دقائق.
Yes.
If it's more than 10, then you go back to دقيقة. Okay, next.
Okay. الساعة الرابعة إلى ثلثان.
إلا ثلثان. إلا ثلثان.
ثلثان.
Good. Next.
الساعة ثالثان.
ثالثة. الساعة الثالثة.
الثالثة إلى ثلث. That's a weird word for me. I get it mixed up. ثلثان.
ثلثان. الساعة الثالثة إلا ثلثان. Next.
Okay. الساعة الخامسة إلى عشر دقيقة. دقائق. I'm used to one word, دقائق. Okay.
Okay. So you use دقائق between 3 and 10. Between 3 and 10, you use دقائق. Otherwise, it's دقيقة. Unless it's 2, then it's دقيقة 10. But we haven't done that again. That's the dual. Next.
Okay. الساعة العشرة إلى عشر دقائق.
Very good. Next.
الساعة الثامنة إلى ربع.
Very good.
الساعة الثانية إلى ثلثان.
ثلثان. Very good.
ثلثان. الساعة ثالثان.
الثالثة. الساعة الثالثة.
الثالثة إلى ربع.
Very good.
الساعة الخامسة إلى ربع.
إلا ربع. Very good.
الساعة السادسة إلى ثلثان.
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 Good. السادسة إلا ثلثان.
الساعة الواحدة إلى عشر. دقائق.
Very good.
الساعة السادسة.
السادسة
إلى ربع.
Very good.
الساعة الثانية عشرة إلى ربع.
Very good.
الساعة السابعة إلى ربع.
Very good.
الساعة الثانية عشرة إلى 10 دقائق.
Very good.
الساعة التاسعة إلى ثلثان.
Very good.
الساعة ثالثان.
الساعة الثالثة
إلى 10 دقائق.
Very good.
الساعة الرابعة إلى ربع.
Very good. Okay. Good job on those. Okay, we'll come back to those next week. We'll put them all together.
Okay.
Good job on these. Okay, so now we're going to go on to verbs. And we're only going to do singular verbs today. Okay, we're not going to do duals and we're not going to do plurals. We're just going to do singular. But these are present tense verbs. Okay, so remember I said that on a verb, you have, in general, 3 root letters. In this case, it's fa, ein, and lam. Fa'ala, to do. Fa, ein, and lam. And the root letters always come in the same order, in the same root. Okay? So if it's fa'ala, you'll always have the 3 root letters in that same order. If they're out of order, then you have a different verb. Okay, so that's important to remember. So the thing that changes then is what you put in front of it and what you put behind it, which isn't actually written here. But what you do for ana is you add an aleph with hamza at the beginning of the word. Add an aleph with hamza. And then at the end of the word, you're going to add a dhamma. Remember, a dhamma looks like a small letter wow. So it's efalu, efalu. So aleph with hamza at the beginning and a dhamma at the end to conjugate for ana. Just the 3 root letters by itself means he did. It's a past tense verb. Okay, it's a past tense verb, fa'ala. But when we add that aleph with hamza at the beginning and a dhamma at the end, it becomes a present tense verb and it becomes efalu. One other thing I want to point out, on the first radical after the aleph, so the first root letter, you have a sukoon. You have a sukoon. It's that round circle. It's kind of fuzzier, but you have the aleph with the hamza. Then on your fa, you have sukoon. And sukoon means that there's not an added vowel on that letter. So that becomes like your first syllable. F-alu, F-alu. Okay, so it's not fa'alu. That's different. Okay, so this is F-alu. You have sukoon on the first root letter, and you'll always have that. Okay, so F-alu means I do or I am doing. Now let's go to enta. Enta means you for a male. And the conjugation changes. Okay, we still have those same root letters, fa'ala. Those root letters stay the same, in the same order, but we're adding a ta with feta instead. Again, we have sukoon over the first root letter, then a feta, and then a dhamma at the end. A dhamma at the end. So it's tef'alu, tef'alu. And sometimes this middle, the vowel on the middle root letter can change. So that's something that you just have to be aware of. But the feta on the first letter and the sukoon on the second, if it's a form 1 verb, will always stay the same. And then you always have dhamma at the end for enta. Enta, tefalu. T, it changes a little bit. You don't have that dhamma at the end. Okay, you still have a ta, just like you do with enta for a male. But for enti, you're going to have a ta, then your 3 root letters, fa'ala, and then at the end of the word, you add a ya, a noon, and a feta. So it becomes tefa'alina, tefa'alina. A ya, a noon, and a feta at the end, but a ta at the beginning for enti. For hua, we haven't, I don't think we've seen that yet. For hua, we add a ya at the beginning of the 3 root letters. We have feta on the ya. We have sukoon on the fa, the first root letter. Okay, so there's no added vowel there. And then ain and lam with a dhamma at the end again. Yafalu, yafalu. And for hiya, it's tefalu, tefalu. You'll notice that hiya and enta are exactly the same word. Okay, so we have tefalu for enta and we have tefalu for hiya. They're exactly the same. So the only way you know if it's saying you do or she does is by the context. Okay, does that make sense, Tracy?
It makes sense. I get confused whether it's, I've always got confused, so hopefully I can get it straight.
Okay, well, we're going to do some practice. Oh, one thing I wanted to point out, here it gives tef'ali, tef'ali instead of tef'alina. Don't worry about this one for right now. This is in the subjunctive, okay? But
Okay.
in the present tense, in the regular present tense, it's always tef'alina. So it's that ya, meaning feta at the end. Okay, let's look at the exercise. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to start you with غسل, because غسل is just a basic 3-letter verb. Okay, I don't want to start with these because they're more than 3 letters. So start with غسل, and I want you to write these down, okay? For أنا, أنت, أنتِ, هو, and هي. Okay, so with غسل, remember those are your 3 root letters. For أنا, do you remember what غسل means?
To wash.
To wash. Okay. How do we say I wash? What are you going to add to the beginning for I?
You add aleph.
Aleph. Good. Which means up.
Aksalu.
Good. Aghsilu.
Aksalu.
Aghsilu. So there you've got the aleph with hamza, then your ghain with sukoon. The seen there has a kesra, and then the lam has a dhamma. So it's aghsilu. Aghsilu. Okay, what about enta?
Taksalu.
Okay, you're adding a ta at the beginning. Okay, then your root letters, ghain, seen, and lam. Remember, ghain has sukoon on it. So that's your first syllable. Tug, tug. Okay, then you have seen with kasra and lam with dhamma.
Taksalu.
Tugsilu. Tugsilu. Tugsilu means he washes or he is washing. Tugsilu.
Taksalu.
So now do enti. What are we going to do with enti?
Taksalina.
Tuxelina. Good. Tuxelina. So there you're adding the ta at the beginning. Then you have your 3 root letters. Then a ya, a noon, and a feta at the end. Ya, noon, and feta. Tuxelina. What about hua?
Hua. Yaksalu.
Yagsalu. Yagsalu. Okay, so with hua, we've got ya at the beginning. Okay, and then the 3 root letters, nasala. Ghain has that sukoon on it. Seen has the kasra on it. And the lam has the extra dhamma on it. Okay, so it's yagsalu.
Yaksalu.
Yagsalu. Good. And what about for hiya? Hiya.
Yeah. Enta. So taksalu.
Tuxalu. Tuxalu. Very good. Okay. Okay, let's do nama. Do you remember what nama means?
Sleep.
To sleep. Good. To slept. Okay. So I want you to write these out. Okay. Actually physically write them for me.
Okay.
Okay. So do that right now. Write each one. So Anna, Enta, Enti, Hua, and Hia. And then tell me when you're done so we can go through them.
Okay. Okay.
All done?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What do you have for Anna?
Anamu.
Very good. Anam. So we added aleph with hamza at the beginning. Then we have the 3 root letters and then a dhamma at the end. Anam. What about enta?
Enta. Tanamu.
Good. So ta at the beginning, the 3 root letters, and dhamma at the end. Enti.
Enti. Tamanina. I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, not quite. Try it again. What are you putting at the beginning?
No, Nina. You
What
have ta first,
ta?
and then you have the root, the nom,
Nam.
nam,
Aleph, mim. And then what do you add?
the ending should be the ina for the female.
Right, exactly. Try saying it again.
Ta nam ina.
Perfect. Tanamina. Tanamina.
Tanamina.
Very good. Hua.
Yanamu.
Yanamu. Good. And hua?
Tanamu.
Tanamu. Excellent. Okay. And we have time for one more. So let's do shahida. Now here you'll notice that we have 3 root letters, shah, ha, and da, but we've got an extra aleph. So remember I said this is a different form of the verb, but it's going to stay in that order. So you're going to do exactly the same thing, except that you have 4 root letters. You have 4 letters here. There are actually 2 root letters and an extra letter for the form. Okay, so I want you to write those out. So, Anna through here. Let me know when you're done.
Okay.
You're going to do exactly the same thing though. Just remember to include that extra aleph.
Shahida.
There's also a little difference in pronunciation.
Yeah, I mean, I tried. I don't know if I got the female right.
Okay. Just to let you know, on the aleph with the hamza on Anna, it actually has a dhamma, so it's going to be pronounced a little bit different. But finish writing them and let me know when you're done.
I'm ready.
Okay. So how do you say I watch or I am watching?
Ashadu.
You're really close. This is where it's a little bit different because it's a form 3 verb. Okay. It's going to be ushahidu. Ushahidu. So it looks the same. You still have that aleph with the hamza, but there'd be a dhamma over it. And the reason why you have a dhamma over it on this particular one is because it's a form 3 verb. So it's different than the other 2. The other 2 were form 1 verbs. Okay. So it's
that's what you were saying. Okay.
Okay. What about enta?
Enta. Tashahidu.
To shahidu.
Oh,
To shahidu.
The dhamma.
Yeah. I don't want to confuse it. It's a lot of information. I should have just put all first first form one verb.
No, no worries.
Okay. So tushahidu, tushahidu. Enti,
Two shahidin, two shahidina.
tushahidina. Very good. Huwa,
Ya. Oh,
you.
shahidu.
You shahidu. Good. And huwa,
And two shahidu.
tushahidu. Very good. Okay, excellent. Okay. For ustekidu, remember I said it's a form 10 verb. A form 10 verb. So it's ustekidu, ustekidu, tustekidu, tustekidu, enti, tustekidina, tustekidina, huwa, ustekidu. And when you're adding that on this one, the aleph goes away. So it's, you have ya, ustekidu. So the aleph goes away.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, it's a little, don't worry about this one, or if you want to go back through the book and look at the dialogues and find this word, then you can write those out. Okay. Do you have any questions about anything that we've done today? That was a lot of new words and things.
No, that's good. What were you saying for me to write to practice just the forms of the verb?
Yeah, if you want to finish out that chart and look at the dialogues to find that verb, and then you can also pick maybe or maybe I'll just send you a list of verbs. I'll send you a list of verbs.
Okay.
Just form one, okay, so that you can practice doing exactly what you did today. Just write out the singular forms, the conjugations. Okay, I'll send you a list of verbs.
Okay.
Okay, Tracy.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a good day, and I will see you in 2 weeks, inshallah.
Okay. Inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ma salama.